nature is messy. That's what it is. Nature is messy, So on the outside, it's gonna look like. Now, where you're really gonna get, where it pays off when you eat shit and it tastes like heaven, And that's what it is, bro. What it is like, like I always give him the example of the banana, man. Like the first time I ate, living over here for so long, the first time I went to the States and I bought a banana, I think it was a Walmart. I was at Jeremy's house and I ate my first banana. I was like, holy shit, it tastes like plastic. You guys are eating plastic. you guys, like, I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was.
I thought it because during the pandemic I had went to Colombia to help out. I don't know how much I could say that there's like an NDA that I signed. So I helped out on this project in Colombia, right? For like a couple.
I remember you told me about that. We talked a lot of time.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how much I can talk about it live, but whatever.
Anyway. How about this? Next episode.
Next time. Yeah. No, but I remember I love milk, right? I love whole milk. I have a real issue drinking whole milk in the States because my farts are horrible after I drink. Like I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant or not, but it's super weird. But in Colombia, dude, I was able to drink milk left and right, and I didn't feel like there was no issue. There was no issue with my stomach whatsoever. And I don't know if it has anything to do with how much processing the food gets done through here. Because even if we say it's organic out here, we don't really know what process they put it through. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People are a little delusional here in the States. They believe they got that pride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. So my brother, he came over here and then he started eating all this stuff, and I was really like interested in what he would say. Like all right, got it. ¿Aló? Sí, lo estoy viendo ahorita, pero estoy en una reunión y no. Pero ya vamos para allá, dame 10 minutos, estoy terminando y vamos para allá. ¿Te parece? Dale. Poop, man! Poop everywhere! You see? You should leave it out to come up with my point, So you actually
this episode is called Poop. That's what we're gonna
call it. The different kind of poops.
You were interested. You were saying that you were interested in what he was saying.
I was interested in his reaction, and like one of the things that interests me the most, like, okay, so Tony does CrossFit. He's a huge CrossFit fan in the whole CrossFit community. He's a CrossFit. He's an athlete, right? So they usually, he has his process and stuff like that. One of the things he likes doing is that in the morning he likes drinking coffee, and he also likes drinking coconut water. I don't remember if he's pre or post workout, but he drinks coconut water. And usually he buys this coconut water, which is like fully organic and stuff like that, whatever. And I drank it, and that was over there in LA. I drank it, I liked it. I thought it was okay, but I was like, wow, like now I can see the difference,
Okay.
And I wanted him to taste it. Really, the first thing I did is that when we were going back on the road, I literally stopped, and then it was a hassle because nobody had change. And there was 2 guys selling coconut water, and I'm like, I need Tony to try this coconut water, And he tried it, man. He tried it, and his reaction was just like, oh, that's what coconut water tastes like. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, it's a different taste, completely different. And it's going to be okay that it's different because not every fruit is always going to taste 100% the same because it's born into a different climate and a different ecosystem, right? Not even climate, a different ecosystem. And the thing is that you can tell right out of the bat when something is not 100% natural. But you can only tell that if you've been basically in a third world, in a third world country, Let's just put it this way.
I don't think it's just that. Like, for example, if you like, I think that one of the things Americans, even myself, I should probably start practicing is like not having like sugar for at least a month and a half, right? Which is very hard to do. Very hard to do to not have processed sugar at all. But if you do, I think everything else tastes like better. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if we know what things truly taste like because of how much processed food we really ingest here in the States. And it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think it's just limited to third world country, right? I don't think it's like limited to that. And Venezuela's not a third world country. Relax.
Worse.
It's not. Relax.
It's worse.
You think so, dude?
No, it is. It is. It's actually worse.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I think it was last year that they actually proclaimed it. I don't know, the worst thing that comes after that. I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know. It's hell, I guess. I don't know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. Venezuela's. Yeah, I don't know what purgatory. I don't know. It's worse than third world country. You know, like undeveloped.
No, when I think of third world country, dude, I think of like San Andres, dude. Like I think of like an island that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? That's not like.
No, look, like Colombia until like recently was a developing country. Let's see, what is Venezuela? Third world country. Let's see, Venezuela is a developing. Oh, what are you talking about? This is so. Supposedly we're a developing country and ranks 113 Human Developing Index. It has the worst layers known oil rate. Yeah, but this has to be old as.
You're like, yeah, developing my. I don't see it.
Yeah, you guys.
But yo, I mean, look, to kind of.
I'm pissed at Google. I'm so pissed at Google now.
So how do you decipher if you're being lazy or not with all this stuff that you're doing?
Well, in my case, you know, and I think you kind of mentioned something about that, like, you know, right now that you have kids, you realize that, but I think it's beyond also kids. I think it's already being an experienced writer, because we have written so much in our entire lives that we have done. That's awful, that's good. That at one point you realize, like I told you, like I already realized my recipe because I already know my recipe because I realized all the mistakes I used to make. So me procrastinating wasn't a point of laziness. It was a point that my brain could not focus on that because it needed to finish something else, probably work related or anything else, but not that. So once I understood that I wasn't lazy. I just wasn't focusing on the right thing, and I needed to stop. As much as I wanted to do, I need to stop that and work on plan 2, 3, and 4 before I can go back to plan 1. All right, and that's my thing.
It's okay, so for you, it's just a matter of compartmentalizing and making sure that it's like, okay, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and then you're not okay. So I think it's just a matter of how you internalize. Like for me, I internalize it as like, if I'm not getting this done, then that means I'm lazy, which is a bad habit. It's really a bad habit, because what happens is it creates like negative emotions, and then you get down and then you don't want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And you start believing that story. You know what I'm saying? You start believing that thing to yourself. So I think, I think that's important.
The way I feel like, bro, work and life are just obviously is, work life, home life, hobbies, everything is just so intertwined. And as much as we want to take priority in one, there's always something else that, at least as an artist, you're not going to be able to do, even if it's priority. And then that's what's happening to me. But I'm realizing along the way, and I'm like, even if this is priority, I gotta understand that I have to stop it, because it's not gonna come out as good, or it's just gonna take me too long. It's gonna drag out too much.
I think that's part of the sacrifice, right? So it's part of the sacrifice. Like sometimes, I'm sure that when you're growing when you're doing your grapes for your wine, you notice that there's some fruits that just don't make it. You know what I'm saying? Right? They just don't make it. So it's just a matter of like, I think as we mature, we understand, okay, that's going to have to get sacrificed for this moment. That's going to have to get sacrificed for this moment. And sometimes it works better, bro, because like, I think, for example, even now, like, I feel like it has matured so much to the point where we're starting to see how similar, like we wrote this years ago, dude. We had no idea that any of the elements that we wrote years ago would be relevant now. Right. And if you notice, it's so relevant that it's like, I almost feel like
it needs to come out right now.
Like, yeah, I almost feel like, are we not taking advantage? But it's like, no, that's not how it works. Like, it's okay. Like, it's going to that feeling is always that's just an anxious feeling. That's always going to be there. That's just another poop. You know what I'm saying? That I got to go to the bathroom and take.